What's going on, guys? We are back. It is the Geek Saga, and unfortunately, I was going to have David here, and he got called into work. But I mean, if you guys don't know who we are, we're two salty veterans that are always, or we are huge geeks, and we both have types of jobs that are, if they call us, we got to go. And unfortunately, tonight was one of those nights where he had to go. And if you guys have never watch this show before and think, what is this guy doing just in his room? It all looks janky. Yes, it does. I'm sorry, guys. So it has been, God, I want to say it's been almost 9 months since we've been on, and it's because so much has been going on in the world. If you guys don't know what has been going on in California, then you should get your head from under the rock. I'll use that instead. And look around or take a look at the headlines that have been going on. That's where we've all been, both of us have been, and doing all kinds of crazy stuff. So we're back. We are back. And actually, we kicked it off with going over to We Can Be Heroes this last week and talking to quite a few of the cast from Aliens. And if you guys don't know Aliens, shame on you. Seriously. The movie's 40 years old. And that's what we're celebrating this year is the 40th anniversary of that movie, which I will be having videos going up this week and next week and talking about that. So, but we're not going to talk about that tonight because we've got other things we want to talk about because it has been a while. And I am actually excited about that. My whole setup is not as usual like I have it, especially when I'm up here at work, but that's okay because we're going to roll with it, right? This is how we do it. We adapt, we overcome, and all that other nonsense that we always spout out and thinking it's going to make it feel better because, false motivation is good motivation or just as good. Anyways, just kidding. So normally I start off with like talking about our affiliates and possible sponsors. 9 months kind of wiped that slate clean. So it's just us again. It happens, guys. It sucks. We were hoping by this time we'd have a lot more numbers, but it's all right. It's cool. But we are still here on Twitch, YouTube, Instagram. Over on Instagram, how are you guys doing? Somebody give me a shout out, say hi, and hey, first of all, I see my cousin. If you guys don't know Renee, look him up. He's SoCal Renee, my cousin. I'm proud of this guy because he is currently going to be running for his city council in Whittier. If you guys live in Whittier, go out there, vote for the guy. Amazing dude. Has had an amazing job. He's a great guy. Cuz, love you always. And if I was over there, I would be voting for you. But sorry. Anyways, all right. There's that shout out for my cousin Renee because why not? But yeah, guys. So we got a special guest because us, we love going to our cons. We love doing all that stuff. And tonight we have a great guest because we are actually going to be going to his con. And I wanted to have him on. He's having some camera issues, which is no big deal. Because shoot, if I could, I would do that too. I would be like, holy crap, I look like crap. Because I'm still in my green, look at that. I'm still in my green shirt. Got my glasses on today because my eyes were all tore up from my contacts. It's pretty bad, guys. But hey, hair just looks good all the time. What do I say? Anyways, enough about me, guys. Let's bring in our guest for tonight. It is Rob from Santa Maria Comics, and actually he was part of other cons, or Comic Con, Santa Maria Comic. It's just one of those days. But here he is, Rob. What's going on?
Hey, man, what's going on, dude? Hey, at least you got the hair right. Forget about the glasses. That was a great Gunny Highway reference where you overcome, you adapt, from Heartbreak Ridge. I'm an Army vet. I'm an Army vet like you guys. And, thank you for having me on. And, yeah, this iPhone, I've got some crappy Wi-Fi going on tonight, so I apologize. But if you guys want me back when it's all fixed, I'd love to come back on as well.
Oh, hell yeah, dude. I mean, shoot. For a fellow, Army vet, you, of course, you can come on anytime you want. And actually, that's how I saw your ad for Santa Maria Comic Con, and that's why I reached out because it said veteran owned. I was like, hey,
Yep.
see what this is
Yep.
because
We're 100% veteran owned,
what was that?
and we're 100% veteran owned.
Uh-huh.
And today we were actually up at VandyCon up on Vandenberg Space Force Base, we gave out, I think, 480 tickets to all active
Whew.
duty personnel. We met one of the base commanders, Colonel Thorne. He came by and picked up some tickets for him and his family. The E9 Association up there, the K&E guys up on Space Force. I tell you, I still giggle every time I see Space Force because I think of Steve Carell and all that stuff. And I joke and I'm like, is that a branch? I'm like, yeah, okay. Pounding sand and dust and all that stuff as an army guy, and then seeing these people just sit and all that stuff working joysticks, and it's like, man, I wish we had this stuff back in the '90s when I served. So yeah, but it was a great day up there. We met some. They had some other Star Wars characters. They had Spencer Wilding, who was Darth Vader in Rogue One. They had Jimmy V, who was R2D2. Uh, Zach, who played for the Lakers, was there. Kat Cressetta, who was the voice of Leia. And if you guys we're live right now, but
Yep.
to give you a heads up, tomorrow, Sunday, at Central Coast Collectibles in Santa Maria, Kat Cressetta, Jimmy V, and Spencer Wilding are going to be up there from 10 o'clock to 3 o'clock tomorrow, signing autographs. Some members of the 501st are going to be up there, trooping and stuff like. It's an unofficial troop because we are in an embargo with Lucasfilms, because we can't really call it an official troop and be dressed. So we're going to have some rando mandos up there. We're going to have some TKs with some missing parts and stuff like that. But we're going to be out there, helping Tyler in his shop and get some people up there. And come on by. I'll have some free tickets. If they mention the Geek Saga, we'll give them some tickets to come to the show. So, yeah.
Nice. So, first of all, let's rewind back to the Space Force because when you
Sure.
said Colonel Thorne,
Colonel
like
Thorne.
that cannot be his real last name because
Yeah,
that
that's
is
his
just like
real last name, Colonel Thorne.
holy crap.
Yeah.
That's just like a
Yep.
cool last name,
It,
Thorne.
it is. And we happen to be some good friends with a couple other colonels on base. One who dresses as Din Djarin. He's also part of the Defender Detachment, like I am. He is another full bird colonel, Colonel Thatcher. He's actually over in Korea right now doing some maneuvers because otherwise he would have been at VandyCon today. And then Colonel Hatcher, I love his name. So they called him the Punisher. Yeah, his nickname was the Punisher. He used to be an MP, and then he's head of security forces and things like that. He is over at the Pentagon right now, and otherwise he would have been coming to the Comic-Con too. Both those colonels have come to our show for the past 3 years while we've been here in Lompoc. And we really just outgrew Lompoc fast. We started our show here. We moved down from Santa Cruz a couple of years ago. We did a show up there where we had like 7,000 people. I'm the first Comic-Con promoter to have 5 living Boba Fett's show up at a Comic-Con. We had Emily Swallow, C. Andrew Nelson as Vader. We had some other characters too. And we're really proud of what we've done here in Lompoc. Lompoc is my hometown now, my city where I live. But we just got too big. And after last year's show, we were like, okay, we got to do something else. Do we cut back on vendors? No, because we put vendors first. And it just got to the point where the middle school gym couldn't contain us. So after this show, a representative from the Santa Maria Fair Park reached out to us and said, hey, come on up and tour the place. Let's show you what we can do for you guys. And within an hour of us being there, we knew that was going to be our next home. So for the next 3 years, the first weekend in March for 26, 27, and 28, we're going to be at the Santa Maria Fair Park. We got 40,000 square feet. We're in the convention center, Fountain Pavilion, Park Plaza. We've got the full concourse. We've got 18 food trucks.
Holy
This show
crap.
is going to be absolutely insane. And
That
even though we got bigger, our admission price will never change. $20 to get in, $30 for a 2-day pass. And my girlfriend and I, we put on this show, and we're a couple of fans, and we do this for the fans. You know, we're not like Reed Pop or Official Picks or LA Comic Con, where you have these promoters that like sit up in the ivory tower and they watch down and they count their money and all that. And I'm here for the fans. You know, we've had some people come over the past couple years who really can't afford a family 4-pack. We let them in. You know, I'm in it for the smiles, you know, and to see some little kid smile at the meeting R2D2 or a Jawa, or this year we're pulling out the stops and bringing cast members from the Mandalorian Grogu movie 2 weeks before the movie comes out, which was really key to really stepping out and stepping up into Santa Maria and really establishing a footprint up there of like, oh crap, you know, like Lompoc needed something bigger, but we went to Santa Maria, and we can see when we do our, you know, when we do our sit down and our after action report after the Comic Cons every year, we look and go, okay, where was our most ticket sales from? 80% Santa Maria for the past 3 years. So why not bring it to Santa Maria? You know, Santa Maria has 250, 300,000 people, where Lompoc only has 52,000. So we're bringing this to the fans. We're not making the fans come to us, you know. And the Fair Park was just so like over the moon, pulling out all the stops for us. And what can we do? What can we do? How can we help you? You know, in the same way with the historic Inn of Santa Maria, they're our host hotel. That's where we're doing the dinner with Ross Sandbridge. That's where Brendan Wayne. Oh, okay, there's the name drop for you. We're bringing Brendan Wayne, John Wayne's grandson. He's actually going to stay in the room where his grandfather stayed back in the 50s.
Oh, that's awesome.
So I really wanted to go all out for our first show in Santa Maria and bring the love. And so cast of Mando, Brendan Wayne, Lateef Crowder, they're both the guys in the suit where it's Pedro's face and voice. Noel G, you know, when we first said, okay, we're going to go to Santa Maria, I always said, like, I can't bring a certain demographic of actor into a certain city. Like, it just wouldn't work, you know? So I looked at Noel G, and I've known Noel for a couple of years, and I said, dude, I'm going to Santa Maria, California. I want you to be one of my first announcements. And he's like, Robbie, whatever you need, dude, I got you. So, I mean, we're bringing Hector. He played Hector in everything. So, I mean, Training Day, Fast and Furious movies, you know, so he's coming.
That's awesome.
Uncle Machete is coming. Danny Trejo, he's coming. Cash from Mando, both Mandos are going to be here. C-3PO, Chris Bartlett, Christine Gailey, the new female R2-D2, Warren Prolax, who is Obi-Wan's stunt double, stand-in, sorry. We're bringing a couple of Power Rangers. Dude, we hooked up with a couple of Power Rangers at Pasadena Comic-Con. They're like, Rob, we want to do your show. We want to do something special for you. How about we give out one free autograph or selfie per family? So we've got a Red Ranger and we got a Pink Ranger coming to give out free autographs to kids and families and some other Star Wars characters. And, you know, we're bringing back some other people. Rico Anderson, who was in NCIS. He was in The Rookie. He was in Star Trek. He's the big fan favorite every year with us. So he's coming back. Scott Butler, Marvel's newest villain. He played the Doctor in Agatha All Along, where he dunks one of the witches. He's going to be there. And then we've got Star Wars royalty. Kevin Thompson, who played an Ewok in Return of the Jedi. He's going to be there. You know, so he's going to talk about, we're doing a special panel with him and his wife. They wrote a book, Tracy Thompson. They wrote a book on my journey to Endor. So they're going to talk about that on a panel. But one of the really coolest dudes I can't wait to meet, and it's cool as I get to go down and pick him up at LAX on the Thursday prior, is Ross Sandbridge. He was the body for Snoke in The Last Jedi, where Rey and Kylo cut him in half. You know, everybody knows the voice of Andy Serkis, but they don't know that this wasn't a CGI body. It was an actual person. Ross is 7'2", and we're flying him in from the UK.
Oh, wow.
Sorry,
That's
I
awesome.
talk too much, dude. Once I get on a roll, I just go, dude. And you look kind of beat, so it's like, let me help you out a little bit. Let me let you get a little bit of a rest and all that stuff, and let our NCOs take a rest, and the E4 Mafia takes over, and and does what we got to do, you know.
Hey, you know what? What I like to do, or at least on our show, what we like to do is we do love to have our guests just roll with it. Especially if you have an event going on, we want to hear everything about it because I'm not going to do it any justice by saying, "Hey, so Santa Maria Comic Con is good," because I don't know what's going on, but you know everything, and it's actually pretty awesome to hear all the people that are going to be showing up, and a lot of them, obviously, Star Wars,
Yep.
and like you said, right before the Mandalorian comes out. I mean,
Yeah.
that's perfect timing for this.
Well,
So,
getting Brendan and Lateef were very tough because, you know, with them being in the suit and a lot of
mhm,
press junkets go on, so they like to have the guys go on tour and stuff, but they're not going to use Brendan and Lateef. They're using somebody else who we know to go on tour and be in the suit. I can't say who. I'm not allowed to, being, you know, Lucas and stuff like that. But,
yeah,
you know, getting Brendan was key because of the Mando movie. And then with Lateef doing the stunts, so if whoever's watching, listening, whatever you guys are doing, when you're watching The Mandalorian walk, that is Brendan Wayne. When you see all the big stunts, that is Lateef. Brendan does some of the other stunts, but when you see the swag, that's Brendan right there. And the pedigree that he comes from. I mean, John Wayne's grandson. I mean, holy shit. I think I can say that, right? Sorry.
yeah, you could definitely.
My New Yorker comes out every now and then when I get really excited. So, but it's we wanted to do something really cool for the fans, and with the movie coming out, and we're going to do something with Regal up in Santa Maria. We're doing some fine touches and fine tuning. We're actually going to get some advanced tickets for the Mando Grogu movie that we will be sneaking into the swag bags at the gate when you come in. Somebody's going to get 2 tickets to go see the Mando Grogu movie on the 22nd. You know, there's going to be probably 5 pairs of tickets that we just give away, you know, and
That's
it's
awesome.
that's the other thing too is where I say we're for the fans. I mean, you've been to LA Comic Con, you've been to San Diego, you've been to all these other big shows where $90 for parking, $150 just to walk in the door, and you're out $300-400 before you even get to the floor. For the past 5 shows that I've done, we have never come off our $20 ticket price.
That's awesome.
And you know, we have a family 6-pack for like $40 right now, which is insane. So, am I allowed to give a plug for the website? Am I allowed to do
Oh
that with
yeah,
you guys?
no. Hey, you
Okay.
know what? This show is your show, man. Everything you
Oh,
want, like
dude.
for reals. I want you
So,
to tell me more about this because this is so. Yes, we have been to the bigger shows. Yes, we
yeah.
see how the prices have gone up and the crowds are showing up
Yep.
and stuff like that. But it's so nice and refreshing to hear that you're having an event which you haven't changed your prices in 5 years,
Yeah.
which is insane
Yep.
because they should be going up. And then
Yep.
you're having so many people, like so many actors and stuntmen, all these different people showing up, and they want to do this because again, it's for the fans. It's not
Yeah.
for the corporation. It's not
Right.
for whatever production company. It's for the fans, which is awesome. And really quick, Rob,
Yeah.
Darren over there at Project Wish Upon a Star wants to say hello.
We love those guys. And if you guys don't know about Project Wish Upon a Star, they bring this cow. It's it's not a real cow. They bring this cow out to every show they go to, and everybody signs it. And it's just
Yep.
this really cool piece. And I got to meet those guys when they had Sid Croft, and they came to our show once. And you know, they're very big into the community and raising funds, and it's kind of like that other, you know, charity that everybody knows about. But I love what Project Wish Upon a Star does, and that cow is freaking ridiculous. So if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, head to a show where you see those guys set up, go sign the cow. And yeah, I know people are like, a cow, they wheel out a cow. Yeah, it's this big ass cow. I,
It is.
it's awesome. It's awesome.
Yeah, this this cow is it's a really cool cow, and all the signatures are on it.
Yep.
This year at LA Comic Con, they brought it back. So I helped Darren get it off the trailer,
Yep.
and we had it all set up. So it was really cool. And
yeah, they had one of my good friends sit at their booth, Scott Butler. Like I said, he was Marvel's
yes,
newest villain. Scott was there with the cow. Scott was signing autographs at their booth for the
he
weekend.
was.
And
Yeah, he parked himself right in front of where
yep,
I was. I was right behind him in
yep,
my with all my setup there.
yeah, that's where I
So
saw you guys. That's where I first saw
okay,
you guys. Yeah. Yeah. But you guys were
okay.
busy talking and doing some contests and stuff like that. So, I was like, those guys are pretty cool. I saw the dog tag in your logo. So I was like, all right, they're either Marines or they're Army because of the green. So
Oh,
I was like, all right, they're one of the two. And I'm glad you're not a crayon eater, So I'm glad you're another Army guy like me. So, but yeah, it's when I started this 5 years ago up in Santa Cruz, I just got really tired of overpaying, not being able to get the autograph because the line was too big, that the celebrities were charging, and I can't knock them, $100 for an autograph, Ewan is 200, Hayden is 250, and then you get like Anthony Daniels 300, and then you get all these crazy prices. So I set out to make it super affordable. Not only just as the admission for $20, we have had and I've worked with a lot of celebrities and I've had to pass on some because they don't see my vision of let's put out a lower price autograph. Let's make this family friendly. So 90%, excuse me, I'm tired.
it's okay.
90% of our talent is $40 for an autograph. $40. So
That's cheap.
you can go get Brandon Wayne, who is Mando, $40. You can go get Scott Butler, $40. You can get Christine Gailey, R2D2, $40. We have the other cool thing is, and I'm sorry, I'm scattered. My ADD. Oh look, squirrel. Is we do if you buy an autograph ticket for $40, you get into the show for free. No Comic Con does that. And I have
You
gotten
can't
some
beat that.
feedback from some other promoters from really big shows. Rob, why are you doing this? You're putting this out there and people aren't coming to our show. I'm like, make it affordable. You can come to our show, $7 for parking, $20 to get in the door. Kids 12 and under are free. And if you want an autograph, it's $40. If you want to buy an autograph ticket for 40, you don't have to pay your 20 to get in the gate. I love giving back. I love seeing the smiles on everybody's faces because that's when I know everybody's having fun. And, you always see the after action stuff from LA or San Diego, like lines are too long. You couldn't get in. No parking. I had to walk 9 miles to get to the building. Hall H was packed. That's what I am not about. We are a little big con, as I like to call it, where it's just big enough, but it's just small enough, and get everybody to come out and have a good time.
And I like the fact that so it's not like how many cons are actually on the coast that we can count?
None. There's none.
Exactly.
There was one a couple of weeks ago, 805 Comic Con down in Ventura.
Mhm.
They were going to be at the fairgrounds out there, but something happened, with the venue, so he had to cancel. So what we did was I got a hold of him. It's the same guy who runs Daniel's Toy Empire, and I said, I tell you what, let me give your vendors a deal. I'll give them $50 off a booth space because people stockpile inventory for that
Yeah.
show, and then they spent all that money to get all this inventory, and then not to have the show, which was a week before ours. So I just said, hey, put an email out to all your people. If they want to sign up, I'll give them $50. We'll give them a good spot to get in. And we had 15 people reach out. Hey, are you really doing this? So that was the only other really con on the coast. I mean, you can go up to, San Jose, you can go down south to Oxnard and all that stuff, but there's not really, we're it. Between San Jose and LA, we're it.
Which is awesome because like I said, I've been up here for 10 years,
Okay.
and you're the first one that I've heard that's close enough to this place that I'm like, hey, You guys should just drive down there come May 2nd. And of course, a lot of my guys are veterans, but they got their families, and they would go, and they're like, God, that's literally like an hour and 15, hour and a half from us, because a lot of them live
Right.
in Paso Robles, Templeton, Atesadero. They're all locals up here.
Right.
So this is just really cool to be able to hear that this is going to be happening. And I wish I
Yeah.
would have known about freaking the con you just did today. What was it again? It was
So VandyCon happens in March.
VandyCon.
VandyCon, yeah, it happens up on base. It's for military personnel,
Mhm.
and that's a really cool little show too. They had some 5, 6 celebrities up there. They had about a handful or two of vendors, and it's just something for the base personnel. And I love stuff like that too. Like I said, we gave away a bunch of tickets today. We also are giving away tickets to military. Anybody who messages us, we'll drive them up to them on base. We're going to have a special line for military and first responders because I am a retired firefighter paramedic from a decent sized department on the East Coast for years ago. And it's my way of giving back to my brothers and sisters and saying thank you for the guys who picked up the torch after I got out of, military and, being a first responder. And it's just something we like to do. And over the past few years, the numbers have gone up. Like we had a department today reach out to us saying, "Hey, we need 80 tickets for our department. Can you help us?" No problem. So we're gonna drive those up to those guys this tomorrow afternoon and drop them off with one of their battalion chiefs. And then at our show, we're going to have a special red carpet line, military first responders,
Oh, that's
special
awesome.
entrance. You show your ID, you're in. You get a day pass and you can come back both days or whatever, bring your family and all that stuff. And it's just, like I said, a lot of shows don't take care of the fans. They just want the money. And I
Mhm.
mean, the money's not bad. If when you do a big show like that where you're pulling in 2, 3, 4 million dollars. But when your guarantees for your talent is like 250,000 for one person, and I know a couple of actors that charge that, it's like I can't afford that. I just can't. I'm
Yeah.
happy with these guys that I got to pay 5,000, 8,000, or whatever it is to it. Some people are as low as $1,000 because I've worked with these guys before. I know them. They do favors for me, and I know if I need to fill in somewhere, I can call them Rob. I'm there, and that's when actors like you and trust you is you're not going to have a shit show. You're going to have a good show. The fans are going to come and they're not just going to sit there and twiddle their thumbs and be like, I wasted my weekend for this. And we do some really cool stuff too. Like that Saturday night, May 2nd, we have a special dinner with Ross Sandbridge at the Santa Maria Inn for $99. And I don't mean to be hawking my shit here like QVC, hey, special Sunday, Sunday, Sunday. For $100, you get a full dinner, a Santa Maria tri-tip dinner, all the fixins, wine and sodas included. You get a Q&A with Ross. You get some special autograph things that he's not going to have on his table during the weekend. And then other cast members are going to sit with you at your table. So you could get Brendan Wayne sitting at your table. You can get Scotty B or Rico or Christine Gailey or Kevin Thompson sitting at your table, and you can talk to them. We did a dinner here in Lompoc. Our sister show is called Rocketown Comic Con, and we did a dinner here at Cold Coast Brewery. We had 75 people buy tickets for this, and we set out one big long table. It looked like the Last Supper. We had everybody in one straight shot. And people were just sitting there and then picking up and moving over and talking to other celebs and coming over here and moving around. And the celebs loved it because it was like, look, there's no pressure to sign autographs. We asked the people, hey, look, if the celeb goes, would you like me to sign something? Great. Don't hound them. They're there Saturday and Sunday to do that stuff. This is something I want to do for fans where you get to rub elbows with Hollywood and Star Wars fans. I mean, it's great for them because that's what we do.
Yeah.
Y-
Which is
You
awesome
know,
because when you go to large events, they don't offer stuff like that. The most you get to do is do that whole photo op and maybe
yep,
the signatures, but something like this. And Darren over here is he's attesting to the fact that your barbecue and dinners rock. And he also
Yep.
says that he was there at the one that you were just speaking of.
Yep.
But it's really cool because that's the one thing that I like. I like going to the smaller cons where I could actually walk up to the table,
Yeah.
and that's where the celebrities are, instead of
Yep.
having to go to another room, pay another
Yep.
price,
Yep. Or
and
stand in a
stand in a
line
long line.
forever.
Yeah.
And we bring the celebs that have a line, but not a line. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
it's you're up and down. And then if there's nobody there, we encourage fans, even if you don't want to buy an autograph ticket, if the celeb is there and there's nobody there, go talk to them. They'll talk to you guys. They're not like these big guys at LA and SD where they're just like, move it next, 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 next. And I really hate that. And that's what I really hated about going to the bigger shows. And that's what made me
Mhm.
do mine is bring people that will sit and talk to you and not treat you as just like a dollar. Look, I need to get out of line. I need my next $20. I need my next $40. If they actually take the time, they get to know you. They start following you on Instagram, and then coming back the next year, the kids seeing the kids. The coolest thing that ever happened to me after a Comic-Con, it was 2 years ago. We went to breakfast here in Lompoc at Cajun Kitchen, and great food. If you guys are in Lompoc, they're not paying me to say this. Their food's amazing. I'm sitting there with my team, and we do a debrief, and we're just having breakfast, just relaxing, like, holy shit, that was a great weekend. And this little kid comes up to me and taps me on the shoulder, and he says, "Hey, sir, are you the guy that did the Comic-Con here?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he goes, "That was the most fun I've ever had. I can't wait for the next one." And I teared up because that is really cool that I could do something for a kid that he sees this person on TV, and who knows, it may be that kid 10, 15 years from now becomes an actor or a stunt actor in Hollywood and stuff like that, because we do a lot of work with the stunt actors. Those are the guys that are in the costume that are getting beat up, thrown against the walls and stuff like that, where you see the pretty faces of Pedro and all that stuff that aren't being thrown against the wall. And that's another unknown thing in Hollywood is the stunt actors. Now there's a new category in the Oscars for stunts, and which was a long time coming. And my friend Adisher and Dimitri and all of those stunt guys, they're finally going to get the recognition for the hard work that they do in the suits, no matter whether a creature or they're an A card guy, um, and all that stuff. But just to see the kids smile. And another funny thing was, I was at I'll just say the name. I was at a Taco Bell drive-through here in Lompoc a couple of weeks ago, and I ordered some stuff for my stepdaughter. And we get to the window, and the guy's like, "Oh, you're the Comic-Con guy." And I was like, "Yeah." And he goes, "Everybody, come to the window. Come to the window." So like all of his coworkers were like, "That's the Comic-Con guy. That's the Comic-Con guy." And now they refer to me as the Comic-Con guy at Taco Bell. So it was pretty cool, and it's like I feel like a little mini hometown celeb and stuff, but I don't do it for me. I do it for the fans, and our sponsors. You know, Tom Hankins and the Hankins Group. They have been amazing. They have been a sponsor for ours for 4 years now. Inklings Printing does all the really cool graphics you see on our page. Ryan, he goes by Reindeer Flotilla on Instagram. Follow him if you guys need some graphics done. He is superb. We just got new banners delivered today that he created. Um, God, who else? Historic Inn of Santa Maria, when they reached out to us to take over, we want to be your hotel. Um, if it wasn't for our sponsors, it would be really tough to pull off. I mean, we could, but it's a little easier when you have sponsors. And
Oh yeah.
you've been off for 9 months and you lost some sponsors and stuff like that. And who knows, after our show this year, maybe we can help sponsor the Geek Saga, and stuff like that, and give you guys a media corner. And you have media passes for this year, you and your staff and all that stuff, and you can get the interviews and sound bites you need from all the celebs. You got green room stuff. Brother, whatever I need to help you help your podcast and show, I am there for you, dude. Whatever you need, man.
I truly appreciate that, and that goes double for us on our side because
Yeah.
again, we're all about wanting to help build stuff for the fans, and that's
Yeah.
all the show is for the fans. On top of it being a nice therapeutic little escape for myself and my co-host David,
Yeah.
um, which is something that we've always talked about. Also, that we why we do this because I mean, shoot, you're Army vet, you were
Yep.
Desert Storm,
Yep.
and coming back home was not the easiest thing after whatever you have may have been doing.
Yep.
Which what was your MOS?
I was a medic attached to an
Oh,
MP company. So I was the company medic.
so I'm an MP, and so is
Oh,
my
no shit.
co-host.
I was with the 293rd MP company out of Fort Bragg, and then we relocated up to Fort Meade, Maryland, over by NSA. So my last tour was there at Fort Meade, but I was in the shit for a little bit. Been to some places, can't talk about, can talk about, but that made me have my discipline. And
Mhm.
with my raging ADHD and all that stuff, having a Comic Con with 90 moving pieces keeps me centered. If it was just, a small little show in a library with one celeb, I would be losing my mind. I got to have 40 open tabs on my screen and, 90 working things. Otherwise, I can't function. And it's, sometimes I got to take a half a gummy to relax and get back on track. But you know, after leaving the military and leaving, the fire service, I needed something to do. And, I would go to the shows and then became a member of the 501st. I am a TK. Um, that gave me some purpose too of going to children's hospitals and seeing all this. So I did a lot of that before I started my own show. And then we would go to the hospitals and give the kids tickets and bring them autographed pictures because, some people weren't medically cleared to go in and do things like that. Um, and it was just, yeah, man, I love it. I love it.
You know what? I could hear it in your voice how much you do love it because I mean the enthusiasm, the passions in your voice, everything about it. I mean, guys, if you guys are listening to this now or after this, like I'm getting really excited about May. I am
I
seriously excited
can't see the
to get to
feed, so I don't know who's in the room or who's saying anything or how many people you got. People throw out some questions for him. We're gonna give away some tickets to you guys here in a few minutes. We'll put you on the guest list to come through the door. Or if you're up at Tyler's shop tomorrow, Central Coast Collectibles on South Broadway, I'll give you tickets. Just come in and say, hey, I watched you and I heard you on the Geek Saga last night. Give me my tickets and I'll give you a pair of tickets. It's the more people that come through the door, the happy I am because it shows that Santa Maria can bring the crowd. And that's what we want to do for the next 3 years is really put Santa Maria not only on the map as Santa Maria, but this is a show to go to. Like you have ICC, ICCC, those guys. You got Rhode Island Comic Con. You got Rebel Scum Con. This is their third year doing their show. And they started small too. Every show starts with bumps and bruises and hiccups and things don't go right and flights are missed by talent or you have banners made up and the spelling's incorrect and it's like shit's gonna happen
it.
but at the
It
end of the
does.
day if you go home with a smile on your face that's all that matters to me.
And that's the same with us, is that's all
Yeah.
that matters. Like we're not whenever we go to our cons, the cons that we do go to, we're not there just to say, "Hey, look at me," because, like you said, you saw us and we were doing a game show.
Yep.
I wanted to just meet the fans. That's it, and bring them to Darren's booth because that's who we were attached to.
Yep.
But I just wanted to have fun and talk to people and give them something because they're coming to this giant con that they spent probably about, if it's a family of four, at least $250 to get in.
Yeah. Yep.
And so, give them something to at least go home and remember, even if it's a shirt that says the Geek Saga, and they may never wear it, but hey, they got something
Yep.
for free and they were
Yeah, and
stoked.
we've been asked to do merch and stuff like that and that's just another expense that I would rather get talent rather than get merch.
Hmm.
You know, over the next couple years, we will do some sponsorship deals with, you know, merch vendors and things like that for hats or t-shirts, and then we'll get into that. But I would rather concentrate the money on the talent and getting the actors and like the Power Rangers that are coming. You know, they're doing an amazing deal for us, Brennan and Hunter. Um, you know, we met them down at Pasadena Comic Con, Scott Zillner's show. Scott does an amazing job with his Power Morph Con, and he's got Robo Toy Fest, and he's got all ToonCon. And, you know, I love following Scott and what he does, and I look up to him as a con promoter and kind of follow in his footsteps on, okay, who do the fans want? You know, in the beginning when I did this, it was like, who do I want? You know, if I'm paying these people, I want to be able to hang out with them. But, you know, I learned in the beginning, like, okay, who I want, it might not be who the fans want. So I got to pick fan-friendly people. One or two people in for me, sprinkle in, yeah, that's cool. You know, because then I can say I hung out with, you know, Danny Trejo, and I can say I hung out with Ryan Hurst, who played Opie and all that stuff, and those guys from back in, you know, when we did our first show. You know, I brought a lot of people in for me, and it bit me on the ass, you know? So I have learned to overcome and adapt, you know, like Gunny Highway, and bring the people that the people want. And every year we put a feeler out. Hey, who would you like to see next year? And people like Star Wars, Star Trek, you know. And next year is the 50th anniversary of Star Wars, so a lot of the Star Wars actors are already booked. So next year we're going to do a lot of anime. We're going to do some Star Trek. We're going to bring in some more sports celebrities, sports athletes. You know, um, so we're gonna make it to. Oh, we're gonna bring in some Mexican wrestlers next year too,
Oh,
and
sweet.
WWE and some AEW things and some MMA fighters. So we're already planning 27 and 28 before 26 is even here.
Jeez.
So it's, you know, we talked to Isa Barones, who plays Dr. Santos in HBO's new show called The Pit. She was Captain Picard's daughter on Picard for a
Hmm.
couple of seasons. She was supposed to do our show last year, but because the show Pit was on hiatus, she went to Broadway and she was on Hades Town. She was in oh, my stepkid's gonna kill me, Hamilton. So she's
Oh,
been doing a lot of Broadway. She was again rolled over to this year, but now that the Pit is on hiatus, she went back to Broadway. So I lost her for this year. And you know, when you get the phone call from the celebs and your name pops up, you're like, ah, shit. And you're like, hey, and they're like, hey, Rob, I'm sorry, I got to do this to you again. But you know what? Issa's heart is on Broadway. And how can I knock somebody and be like, no, I have you under contract. You can't do this. Go. And I also tell the celebs, look, if you got a shot at getting a bigger bag than what I can offer you, go. We'll bring you next year. And that's a lot of agents like that, a lot of the celebrities and talent like that. Like, oh, you're not going to pin me down because you pay me X because I can go get XX over here. No, dude,
mhm.
go. We'll regroup and bring you back next year. And the fans are understanding with that. And that's why we do it, man. And I keep saying we do it for the fans because that's really what we do.
Which is awesome, man. And I mean, if you would have been able to get her over, oh my God, I would have probably crapped my pants. I'm a huge fan of the Pit, and I just so
Yep.
happened to have gone to Warner Brothers on Thursday to do a
Yeah, they're
tour of the
filming that there
lot.
now.
And
Yep.
what was that?
They're filming it at Warner Brothers now.
They are, well, they're supposed to be
Warner
coming
Brothers
back.
and Paramount too. I think they're at both.
Yeah, but they're supposed to be at the ranch at Warner next month, and I was like, I'm gonna come back and maybe catch a glimpse of some of the cast, which would be really cool. But
Yeah.
you know what, man? It is like seriously, everything that you're saying is just sounds amazing, and I cannot wait
Thank you.
to actually get to the con and get set up there and just see this thing run and just be there and be a part of it. And
Yeah.
I'm really excited. I mean, it's always been like LA Comic Con, we're always excited because that's usually our last one of the year. That's like our
Yeah.
big hurrah.
Right.
But I'm actually really excited about this con coming up with in Santa Maria, and to be able to actually meet you in person would be awesome.
And you know what I think I want to do for you guys? I think I'm going to give you an area at our show. And if you guys want to go live for like a 1 hour or 2 hour window, I will funnel celebrities to your spot and have them live with you and work out some stuff. And you could interview the celebs on your channel. I'm going to do
That
that for
would be
you guys.
awesome.
Yeah.
That would be
So,
amazing. And just so you know,
yeah.
the way we work when we go to cons, we literally are recording all day. We walk
Cool.
around, we go to the vendors, we talk to the vendors, we talk to the cosplayers, we talk to everybody, and it's all live.
Yeah.
So we want to, that's the thing, is our thing is also promoting the event while we're there and telling people, get out here right now, get over here, because this is happening right now.
Right here. It's in your neighborhood. I mean, you know, if you look at it, we're an hour away from Slow or less, 30 minutes from Lompoc, an hour and some change from Los Banos or wherever it is. But we are local, I mean, if the celebrities can drive the 3 hours from LA to our show, so can you.
Definitely.
Get your ass out here, come have some fun for a couple of days. We own a block of rooms at the hotel. So if people are looking for hotel rates, we can take care of that for you, booking it direct through us. No taxes, fees, and all that shit. And you'll be next to some celebs. And it's like I said, man, we do it for the fans.
It's so awesome. Man, I can't wait. I seriously can't wait, Rob. So, but we've been on for almost 45 minutes, and
yeah,
I've taken up a lot of your time, and I don't want to, because you just got back up from VandyCon, which I totally understand about being tired because I just got off of work. But dude, this has been awesome. Thank you for coming on,
of course,
and also just for everything that you're doing.
Of course.
I mentioned your name to a couple people, and not a single one of them had anything bad. They all had nothing but good things to say about you, and I was all like, "Well, then this is going to work out." I look forward to meeting Rob and working with them.
I'll have to make sure I get those people their money for saying good things to me about me. So I'll have to take care of that. I'll have to go through my little cheat sheet over here, my notes on my iPhone, and figure out who that is. But here's what I like to do.
Yeah.
Here's what I'd like to do for you guys. I know you're going to put this up later and tweak it and stuff like that. We will put a guest list together at the door. If anybody mentions the Geek Saga, they can get a free ticket to the Comic-Con. Even walking up day of.
Wow.
We will have them. So if they go into the comment section after seeing this, or if they go to Santa Maria Comic-Con on Instagram and they say, I want to see that big ass cow, or show me the cow, something really cool or funny, that way I know they watched this episode, they got a free pair of tickets for either Saturday or Sunday to come to the show.
Guys, you heard it right here, and you're going to hear it on YouTube and on Instagram, and I'm going to post this up that, guys, you listen to this show, Rob will give you a ticket for free.
Yep.
For the event. And I'll even give you guys a word to let him know, so he knows. MP, real easy. So damn easy. If you guys mention MP, military police.
Yep. They get in for free. Yep.
There we go.
Or if they message me on Instagram saying, show me the cow, like back in, Jerry Maguire days, show me the money, show me the cow. They're in. Darren, we'd love to see you. Hopefully you guys can make it out to the show this year. If not, we'll have you back for 27. But we got you. We're for the fans, by the fans. Make it affordable. Come hang out for a few days. We got 15 food trucks coming. We're sponsored by Raising Cane's. When you get a national chain reach out to you going, we want to sponsor your show, you kind of know you're starting to get into that realm of, okay, I'm doing something right here. And Raising Cane's is sponsoring Food Truck Alley. They're providing all the food for my staff and the celebrities. And it's, dude, for the fans, man. For the fans.
And it's because it's for the fans that's you're doing something really good, so you're getting good back.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
just
And and
awesome.
what's all going on in this world right now, it's everybody's divided. And I can't say what side I lean or don't lean because that bit me in the ass 2 years ago. We lost a couple of sponsors because of what I said online. And it really hurt that, it was a very well-known sponsor, backed out because of my views. And people just be kind no matter. Like with Dave Matthews, I'm a big Dave Matthews fan. And one of his things is be kind always, no matter. And in this time of day right now, and what's going on in the world, just be kind. It costs nothing to be kind.
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't mean to get on a soapbox, everybody.
Hey,
You can
no.
edit that out if you want. I get it.
Are you kidding me? I don't edit anything out because the thing is that if this is the way you feel, this is what you stand for, and I'm all for it. Because with us, we just love to talk geek. That's the
Yeah.
one thing when it comes to this community. It doesn't
Yeah.
matter who you are, what you believe in, all that
Yep.
stuff. If you can talk geek to us,
Yeah.
then hey, let's just talk. Let's
Yeah,
just
man.
hang out. Let's have fun. Let's enjoy this time because this is what we have that's a common denominator between us.
Yeah.
And we love this stuff, and this stuff doesn't go away. And there aren't
Uh,
a lot of us.
I mean, I'm so
So
much of a geek. I spent $3,500 on a custom TK from RS Prop Masters in England. I mean, yeah, cosplay is great and all that, but when you shell out that much to be an official stormtrooper, yeah. But listen, dude, Eugene, I'm gonna jump off here. Let you go back to doing your show. What you got to do. You and I are gonna have a beer that Saturday night after the event. Hang out, shoot the
hell
shit.
yeah.
Kick the dust off our boots. Talk some more stories and shit like that. But again, folks, SantaMariaComicCon.com. You can go over and see what celebrities are coming. It'll bring you right to our ticketing page so you can pre-buy your tickets so you don't have to wait in lines for autograph tickets. Show me the cow, you get a free ticket. Mention the word MP. So we're giving you guys so many options to get a free ticket to come to the show. How can you not go? It's free. Just pay parking. Get your ass in the door. If you want to buy an autograph, buy an autograph. If you don't want to buy an autograph, I don't care. Come up and find me. Come up and say hello. You never know. Maybe I will give you a free autograph ticket because I always carry a stack of tickets around on me, and I just surprise people. Here's an autograph. Go get one from somebody. So you never know what you're going to do. Never know what you're going to get.
Oh man, Rob, you are awesome, dude. Honestly,
Thanks,
just talking to
Eugene.
you for the short time, you are freaking awesome. And
Thanks,
thank
brother.
you again for coming onto the show. We will be talking. We will be hanging out at the event. It's gonna be a lot of fun.
Absolutely, dude. Thank you again for even considering having me on your show. I don't do a lot of these because nobody asks. And when somebody like you reached out, I'm like, why does this guy want me on? I'm a nobody. But you see my passion. I see your passion. I've seen some of your previously recorded stuff, and it's like, all right, I'm gonna go on this guy's show, and I'm gonna go have some fun for 45 minutes or half hour, or however long he keeps me on before the first commercial break for Viagra or some other. Hey, do you have this, 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 and this, or itchy rash, whatever fever, something like that with your commercials and shit like that. It's some podcasts and stories like this, you got to be careful what you say, and the host, and you are still in uniform, so I know you have to be very careful what you say because it could hurt your career. And me, I don't have a career anymore, so I don't give a fuck. So I'll say what I want to say, and that's the New Yorker in me. And sometimes it bites me in the ass, and sometimes it makes people go, oh, he's okay, so
Well, we just lean on the whole military thing and tell them that we're just messed up in the head.
oh, Dude, you and I are going to have some stories to talk about being attached to an MP company, and you're an MP. And, I was a medic getting to play around with handcuffs and shit and go on patrol with these guys at Meade, which was cool. So, but yeah, it was an experience, my time in the service. It's not something that I will ever regret. There are some times where I am a little ashamed to be a veteran because of what's going on and how I wrote the blank check. You signed a blank check when you signed up, and it's I think more people should serve, at least a year or two,
Yeah.
see what we go through. Shit, you get to travel for fuck's sake. You go to Germany. Germany was fun. Lots of beer. Korea, K-Town, France, England, all that stuff. You get to travel, But folks, if you want to join, go Coast Guard. I'll just say that right now. Don't go to the other branch. Go Coast Guard. I wish I would have done that first. After that is pretty much downhill. Save your crayons for the Marines. Those guys are a special breed. Love
Oh
the
yeah.
Marines, and love the Navy because like they said in the movie, when we need to go somewhere, they give us a ride. So
Yep.
yeah.
Oh man, Rob, you're awesome. See, I keep
Thanks,
saying
dude.
that, but it's because it's true. I mean, you're making me laugh over here, and it's been fun
We all need to
talking to you.
laugh nowadays because
Yeah,
if you don't have a
definitely.
sense of
Right now is
humor,
yeah.
you're fucked. You're
Yep.
sorry about my language getting towards the end of this, the interview and stuff like that. But that's when you know somebody's real, and it's I don't hold back. And like I said, I've been bit in the ass before for not holding back and biting my tongue. But I see the dog tags up there. I know it's a safe space. I hate using that term. Safe.
Oh, I
It's a
hate that
safe
term
space.
too.
But it's like this is a couple of army guys sitting back, put a Zin in our lip. We didn't have Zin back in the day. It was straight Copenhagen dip from a can. Now you put a Zin in your lip, you got an IPA, and you shoot the shit. And I will gladly come back and not talk Comic-Con. I will gladly come back and talk Army days, whatever, anything, dude. You are my first dibs. Whenever somebody calls, you got me first. Whatever you need,
Awesome.
brother.
Hey man, whatever you guys need over there, hit me up. Let me know. We are all over it for you too, man. All right.
Sounds good, dude. Hey, man, honor to talk to you, bro. Stay low, stay
Yeah.
safe, and we'll
All
catch
right,
you on the
man.
rebound, brother.
All right. See you later.
Yep.
Guys, seriously, Santa Maria Comic Con. Rob's made it really easy for you guys to get free tickets. Two phrases. I feel like one of those what do you call it? Those old, well, I shouldn't even say old. God. But yeah, the old school disc jockeys. If you have the phrase that pays, you can get a free ticket. So I made it easy because come on, MP, military police. You guys post that up on the Instagram in the comments, and I'll chop those up. And I'm going to open it up for a short time because I don't want to take too many of the tickets away. But I'll post that up along with watching this show. Remember the phrase that Rob said, which was, show me the cow. If you guys say that, guys, you will get free tickets to the show. And even then, if you're military, you get them free. And dude, I'm like, honestly, I'm really excited. I get excited for cons. I get nervous for cons. This one, I'm really excited. One, I know a lot of the people are going to be there. A lot of the Star Wars people, because they've been part of Project Wish Upon Start. Oh, excuse me. Ghost. But I'm really excited to meet Rob in person and hang out with him because it sounds like we're going to definitely get along and we're going to have a lot of fun. So, first show back, guys, a success. We did not drop our signal. Yay us, because that's a plus. We had a great guest. He was on already, another plus. And this will be going up on YouTube into the main page so you guys can actually see this. You'll hear him, you'll see a lot of me, which I'm sorry, but camera issues, you guys know about that. Come on, if you've watched this show long enough, you guys know that we have camera issues. I get it all the time. But we are back, guys. We are 100% back. We are all in. We're 100% in. All in for you. All in. Oh, yeah. And there will be a few changes that are going to be going on. Yes, the intro will be changing. As you see around well, if you're on Instagram, you see that it's changed up a little bit different now. It's vertical because apparently StreamYard has changed how they do this. And they make it vertical. What does it look like if I do this? Oh, it doesn't change. Unless I wonder if there's a second. I don't know. Sorry, guys. I'm just like checking out. Okay. So StreamYard's changed things up. We've lost a lot of our affiliates, and it happens, guys. But if you're out there, you know somebody that has something that they could sponsor us with, by all means. I mean, we still have the same cameras, we still have the same microphones. Oh, there it is. That's interesting. All right. So if I do, okay, StreamYard has changed quite a bit, but it's actually for the best when it comes to Instagram over there. Now I'm just babbling, but I'm gonna actually call it a night because it has been a long day for me. It's been a long week, and it's gonna be a continue. It's still gonna be a longer week because I'm not even done. But we are going to be probably going bi-monthly, because we want to be able to give it a little bit more time in between shows to be able to come up with more stuff than just the typical news or like our geek history. I know some people really like the geek history stuff, so that's what I want to start doing again. But we won't be calling it geek history. We're changing up our format a little bit because we are. I got a couple of show notes from somebody that we're hoping to be able to get on their network too. But yeah, guys, I'm really excited about Santa Maria Comic Con. If you guys, oh, it's still scrolling on the bottom. It says we had Rob from Santa Maria Comic Con May 2nd, May 3rd. Prices are freaking amazing. Chance to meet a bunch of celebrities at great prices too. You can't beat that. And if you're on the Central Coast, if you're on the coast, come on down. It isn't too far from Paso Robles, Atesadero. What else is on the way down that way? Grover Beach, San Luis. There's a lot of towns that lead down towards Santa Maria. If you guys want to go get down there, I will be there. 100% will be there both days. We will be set up. We will be live streaming. We'll be doing our normal stuff that we do at all the cons. And we're not done. We are still going to be hitting it strong this year. Hopefully we got the time. As long as this state doesn't burn down again, we'll be going live from every single con that we can get ourselves into, every signing we can get into. Shout out to We Can Be Heroes. Thanks again, guys, for bringing me out or allowing me to be at the signing for the Aliens 40th anniversary with everybody there that I met. You guys, like some of those guys that were part of the crew from Aliens are freaking amazing. Mark Rolston was the coolest dude to sit down and talk to. Rico Ross, amazing. Oh my God. I just blanked on her name. Oh, Jeanette Goldstein. Like all these guys that were there were really cool and stuff, and it was really cool to see Paul Reiser again. It was a brief little hello. I know he sees a billion people, but I got to say hello. Anyways, I was really excited about all that. But the interviews are on our Instagram right now. If you check them out, they will be going up again, or they will be going up on YouTube real soon. I'll be cutting together a little video for that whole event that I did. Anyways, I'm babbling. I'm done. I'm tired. I got to go and watch my stories because that's what I do to relax. But this has been fun. I am so freaking stoked to be back. I am stoked to see the new the overlay that you see right there. Yeah. Yours truly. You're welcome. Like I said, new intros coming. So much more is coming. If you guys are out there and you want to be a part of this kind of stuff, whether it's podcast, being a correspondent at a Comic-Con, hit me up. We are definitely looking for people to help us out, build our crew again, because we have lost our crew. And it's down to 2. So we're looking to build up. We're looking to start sending people out to more events and get more content for us for free. Yeah, we don't have money to pay you guys, but we definitely would get you into events and you get a chance to meet a bunch of celebrities. I mean, how cool is that? I would do it in a heartbeat. That's me. Anyways. All right, guys. That is it for me tonight, guys. It has been great to be back. It is awesome. I'm looking forward to the next show, which will probably be in 2 weeks. But look for other interviews because I will be doing stuff in between. Whatever time I can get a celebrity, I'm going to start getting them like that and then just posting them up. I might not go live, but I will be able to get those up. So like I said, Whole different format, whole different thing. It's the new Geek Saga. But I will end it the way we've always ended it. Because some things don't change. Some things shouldn't change. Like, we'll be back, our same bat channel, the same bat time, same geek time, same geek channel as the saga continues.